Not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that.
And now the merch sales are up 500% and attendance is up, 40%. Kelsey Plum for LA had to take a dig at Caitlin Clark.
Sabrina Ionescu's unforgettable eye roll stole the show at the WNBA All-Star Game, but the story behind it is even more jaw-dropping. What exactly did Kelsey Plum say about Caitlin Clark that led to such a viral reaction? And how is this calling out deeper issues within the league itself? Stick around as we break it all down. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
I don't have a problem with the WNBA players asking for a raise. The WNBA is on a hot streak, so I do think a lot of people are saying, hey man, this league has never made money. It's an investment. It's now going to make money. I don't care about the previous 24, 25 years. As an investment, it's starting to pay off.
The WNBA All-Star Game press conference was supposed to be about unity. Players proudly wore "Pay us what you owe us" shirts, a clear statement calling for better treatment and pay in women's sports. But things took an unexpected turn when Kelsey Plum zeroed in on Caitlin Clark's team, suggesting they weren't fully present at a players' meeting. What Plum said might have just sounded critical, but in that setting, meant to highlight collective strength. It hit a nerve, and that's when Sabrina Ionescu's now viral reaction came into play. Imagine this. Plum's comment seemed out of place, even unnecessary. While the league's stars were trying to rally behind a shared goal, Plum spotlighted Clark in a way that felt like calling her out. Sabrina didn't hide her feelings either. Her epic eye roll and sarcastic jab, that really needed to be mentioned, said it all. It wasn't just a reaction. It was a moment that resonated way beyond the room. Social media exploded. Fans quickly loaded the clip with captions like, "Sabrina said what we're all thinking." The video spread like wildfire, even catching the attention of former NBA players. Stacey King didn't mince words, calling Plum's remarks petty, adding fuel to the debate. But here's where it gets even messier. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star. She's someone who's been credited with bringing fresh eyes to women's basketball. She's helping the league grow.
She got you an upgrade to a better hotel as a band member. Kelsey Plum for LA had to take a dig at Caitlin Clark. And so this week they wore t-shirts saying, making a statement, you better pay us. But instead of just leaving it at that,
highlighting her team in a negative way during an event focused on solidarity, created division when the focus should have been on progress. Ironically, Plum's comment risked separating the WNBA's biggest stars when their message of unity was supposed to be front and center. So is this just a one-off moment, or does it point to a deeper cultural issue? For some, this moment exposed cracks in the league's efforts to present a united front. And though Sabrina's reaction was subtle, it spoke volumes. Her defense of Clark wasn't just about one player. It questioned why petty criticism has any place in a league with so much at stake. If Caitlin Clark is essential to the league's future, why create distractions instead of working together? Caitlin Clark's rise isn't just a win for basketball. It's transforming the entire WNBA.
Not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that.
like this is the player that got you off the airline that was bright yellow. Listen, NBA players make 50% of revenues. WNBA players make 9%.
She's only a rookie, but her impact is already showing in black and white numbers. When she plays, ticket sales climb, and TV screens light up with record-breaking viewership. She's the kind of athlete who doesn't just draw fans, she builds markets. And when the news broke that she wouldn't play in the All-Star Game, ticket prices plummeted by an unbelievable 50%. Think about that. Tickets went from $121 to $64 practically overnight. That kind of drop wasn't just disappointing, it was a reminder of how much weight Clark carries for this league. But here's the irony. Instead of everyone rallying around her and the new energy she's bringing, Clark has faced some of the harshest treatment we've seen in the league. On the court, she's been physically targeted, taking flagrant fouls at a rate you wouldn't expect for a rookie, or anyone for that matter. 20% of all flagrant fouls in the league last season? They were against her. A huge chunk of those came from Angel Reese, and while physical play is part of basketball, this felt personal. Add inconsistent officiating into the mix, and it's hard to ignore that Clark has been in the middle of some of the toughest situations the league has seen this year. And it's not just the fouls, it's the criticism too.
As the Caitlin Clark momentum train gets bigger. I mean, this year she's not playing well, she's hurt, she's not there for all the games. This is the least profitable, arguably, it'll be over the next 10 years. It's only going to get more profitable as women's basketball gets better. So this is actually not as great as it could be. Like Michael Jordan, hurt year 2, next 12 years were legendary. That's what it's going to be.
Even with all this pressure, Clark continues to show up focused and professional. Fans see it. She doesn't get wrapped up in the drama. She plays hard, gets back up, and does it again. But this isn't just about on-court moments. A superstar like Clark is rare, and the league needs to protect its most valuable players, not single them out. If this continues, the WNBA risks squandering its biggest opportunity for long-term growth. Everything about Clark screams future, but is the league doing enough to let that future thrive? It's not just about supporting Caitlin Clark, it's about ensuring the WNBA finally steps into the spotlight it deserves.
I'm not bailing on the investment. I want to finally get my money back. So they're going to get a raise. They're finally turning a corner. Stop talking. I don't mind the t-shirts. I think you have leverage. I think you deserve more than 9%. But and negotiating in any business is all about current momentum. It's not about 12 years ago. It's about current momentum.
Caitlin Clark isn't just another standout player. She's the engine driving the WNBA's growth. The drop in all-star ticket prices when she couldn't play wasn't just a coincidence. Fans aren't just here for the game. They're here for Clark. Her presence transforms audiences and boosts revenue like no one else in recent history. But the league can't afford to treat its top talent like an afterthought. Professional leagues thrive on unity, respect, and shared goals, and the WNBA has to get this right. Clark's setting the bar high. Now the question is, will the league rise to meet her? Only time will tell.